What's going on, everybody? Z3 KO Trinity here. I'm here with my special guest, LD God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, a 10. That's about as high as I can count. But anyway, today is a special episode. Before I get started with the scary stuff, I want to show you what scares me in general. Buying brand new action figures, doing a badass opening, and then it break on you. The damn thing fell off my shelf, and the foot just broke completely off of him. So yeah, next time you're thinking about buying DC Icons figures, don't drop them!
Yeah, because then they get diabetes and lose their foot.
Latest. But today's segment, we're going to be talking to you guys about haunted houses. Would you guys enter a haunted house if you knew this house was haunted, guaranteeingly? If you saw this house right here, and you're like, dude, I don't know if I want to go in there or not. Or if you walked up here and you're like, something sketchy with that Mr. Ghost Top Hat man. Would you be willing to enter into a haunted house for, like, let's say, an hour? Would you enter a haunted house, Sir God?
Probably, because I'm an idiot.
So if we were going walking, and we come upon this really creepy looking building, and I'm like, dude, that building's been abandoned for like 50 years.
Oh, I've already did that before.
He's like, been there, done that.
Where I used to live, there's 2 buildings out in the middle of the woods of nowhere. Walked in both of them.
Well, like an hour? Or did you walk in and be like, okay, I'm good?
No, I just walked in and looked around. I don't know how long it was. It was a while.
Was it scary?
No.
Was it in the middle of the day or night?
Day.
Oh, well.
I ain't gonna walk that far
nighttime's
out
when
in
the
wood
action.
and night.
Come on, nighttime's when the action really starts.
Yeah.
Me, I would be too chicken, to be honest. But I'd probably end up doing it if, like, my friends were doing it. Like, if someone said, hey, Jacob, haul your fat ass in that building for an hour, I'd be like, But if they're like, hey, Jacob, we're going to come in here and investigate for a little bit. You want to come with? I'd be like, sure, guys, why not? And then just slowly follow behind. You know, if one of them dies up front, I'd be like, deuces! So, besides, paranormal entities can't lift my body up. It's too damn fat.
Yeah.
So, if I see one of y'all guys floating in midair, I'm done. There are a lot of haunted houses, like fake amusement places, like haunted house rides and all that stuff. Would you think going into an actual abandoned building that is around your block and you're like, kind of looks sketchy, would you think that would be more scary, or going into a studio setup haunted house ride thing to where people will actually jump out?
It would be more scary because you don't know what would happen. Well, if you're thinking actually logically, because they can't hurt you at the studio places or whatever.
Depending on which one you go to.
Well, if you sign the contract and all that, or a contract and all that. But when you go
if I go to a haunted house place and they're like, here, we need you to sign this waiver, I'd be like, no thanks.
Yeah, but if you go into just a random house that's been sitting there for, you never know, you could fall through the floor, or something could jump out at you, don't know.
I'll bring up YouTube, see if there's, I know nobody's watching at the moment, but
I would, my phone's updating.
Oh, well, sorry, we're not reading comments today, guys.
It still has an hour remaining now.
It's okay. I don't think anyone's commented. Get my finger all up in there. Nope, they haven't commented. Nobody's watching. Nobody cares. But yeah, I personally think that I wouldn't be able to enter into a shabby house. Back when I was little, about maybe 8 years old, I was at the beach, and they had this haunted house thing that you can, pay a fee and you go through the place. And I was sitting there and I'm like, no, I ain't gonna do that. Hell no. My parents went and my cousin Brandon went, but not me. I did pay. I said I wanted to do it. I did pay, and I walked in and got like almost a little past the door, I'm like, I ain't get my ass out right now. I was a big ass chicken. Just finished filming a video. What's up? What's up, Mr. Spooks? Glad you could join us. We're talking about haunted houses. I know you have actually been in a few haunted houses and those actual setup rides and stuff like that for the haunted places. I've never been. I don't think I'm going to go unless just for a chance, like if my brother was like, hey, they got a place nearby, you want to go shimmy and at midnight. I'll be like, I'm good. Creepy World is going to be amazing. But yes, would you guys be scared to go into a haunted abandoned house? Like you walk down your street and you always see that creepy building up on the hilltop and you're like, man, that thing's been empty for years. Would you guys be brave enough to walk that hill and go into that house for at least an hour or so, just to peek around? Would you be brave enough? Or would you be like me and be like, nah, deuces. But yes, that was our beginning topic. The next topic I want to ask you guys, and it's a very serious question. Aliens or werewolves? If they got into a big old fight, which one would win? Sir Bobby, which one? If alien from the Alien movies, or any kind of alien, it could be those cheesy, stereotypical, we want to probe your anus, aliens. Yeah. Would they... Oh shit, it went away. There you go. They're both scared. Oh shit. They both scare me, but aliens probably. Yeah. But think of how powerful these wolves are, though. Like, the moon comes out, it's full moon, guy's going on a stroll with his little poodle, and he's like, it's so bright up, I wonder why. Then all of a sudden he's like, motherfucker! And starts ripping...
I'm sure you get motherfucker.
He starts ripping his shirt off, taking his pants off, and then, full-on Wolfman. Would you think, with that as much power as a Wolfman has, do you think he could go toe-to-toe with an alien?
Nope. Aliens got blasters. They'd evaporate his ass.
They'd be like, oh shit!
Be done.
They'd probably take him on a spaceship before the moon hit, and then, probe his ass.
Be a werewolf and then probe his ass, is what you're telling me.
No, they're going to probe his ass, but they just so happen to wait too long. The moon done came out, and they're sitting there like, prepare. And then he turns full werewolf form. And it just breaks out, starts slashing. You think the aliens still have a chance to survive that? Okay.
Just one that's in the corner with a blaster.
He's like, shit, dog! That's the last time we're taking one of them, Englishmen! I, for one, am a huge fan of alien movies. They're a lot creepy, but at the same time, they're kind of cool. And I've never wanted to really kind of watch too many wolf movies where people turn into werewolves, because I'm like, oh, okay, turns to a werewolf, kills a few people in the building, woohoo, and then gets shot at the end with a silver bullet. Team Jacob literally just got off work and heard something about taking clothes off. Then you're in the right show. That's a special feature for our show tonight. No, I'm just kidding. We're talking about aliens versus werewolves. Which one would win if they got into a big old brawlski?
Fisticuffs.
Aliens took up this English man, because I believe it was originally an English person that started the wolf thing. I don't know. But, lol, ha 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 ha. I love the comments. But they take this guy up. They're getting ready to shove this big metal rod up his ass. And he sees the moon light. And he just goes, motherfucker! And rips his clothes off and starts twerking at the aliens.
Yeah.
But then my friend here thinks the aliens got this backup dude, this midget alien in the background, aimed at him the whole time. These are silver lasers.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Get him with a silver laser.
Mm-hmm.
Blast that.
One and done. Can anywhere, if you shot a werewolf with a silver bullet, anywhere, would it kill him? Or would it have to be zombie-like, right to the brain?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I...
Oh, shit. It had to be like to the heart and head.
I'm an alien sons of bitches. Oh, okay. But if I, like, oh, fuck, and shot him right in his thigh, as he's, like, leaping, shoots him in the thigh, would that actually kill the werewolf? Or would that, you know, piss it off and, like, he's having filet mignon on my ass?
Only the couple I've seen, it's always been head or heart, I thought, with a silver bullet. I could be wrong.
So that's a tiny weakness, but what kind of weaknesses do aliens have? Like, aliens, if they are real, like, they ultimately will come up to you without you knowing. Like, wolves, at least you can hear, like, "Awoo!" And you're like, the fuck? Is that the neighbor's dog? He ass the ass. Like, you can hear him coming, like, making all kinds of noises, and he kind of shows up and gets ready to pounce on you. But aliens, they come when you're asleep, you wake up and you're like, oh, not again! Ooh.
Or it could be the ones
from Signs. They
chloroform
you.
Who else to say from the ones that Signs that blend in.
Yeah, or they can shapeshift to look like a refrigerator, and you walk into the kitchen to get a little midnight snack, and you're like, opens the fridge, and you're like, I don't have low-fat ice cream. And then it turns to the alien and gets you.
Yeah. Like the ones from
I had a dream like
that.
You had a dream like that once about opening a refrigerator and
an alien popping up.
Yeah, it's true. I know a couple of people who had alien-like dreams.
Okay.
One in particular that lives down the road from me. She will not watch alien movies whatsoever because she says and swears to it that she's been abducted. But anyway, yeah. I swear. So far, the popular vote seems to be aliens. So, if you guys have a pet werewolf in your backyard, you know, it's a naked guy by daytime. He's like, guys, I gotta go to a meeting. He's like on a leash. He's like, guys, I gotta go to a meeting. Check her arm for microchips. He's like, guys, I gotta go to a meeting here in about an hour. And you'd be like, oh, Jimmy, you're so silly. And then alien comes to, you know, take your ass in the middle of the night. Then Jimmy turns into a werewolf because it's a full moon. So you're thinking that this Jimmy that you have in your backyard, Jimmy in the backyard, he won't be able to help you at all with these aliens.
You just keep bringing up different scenarios to try. Come on, let the wolf win. One, damn it. How about it happen? Like, what if the alien had cancer? Then would the wolf win?
I'm just saying. Like, you would be useless. Jimmy is useless to these aliens because there's that one alien with the ray gun. Like, oh, they took out Jimmy before they picked you up.
If they've got him trapped in the backyard, I doubt he's able to get in the house to begin with, since he can't find his way out past the fence, so he's not a very smart werewolf to begin.
Oh, Lord. What if it's the other way around, though? Like, if you had a pet alien in your backyard, and you're like, see you later, beep boop bop.
Then it's not very good, a smart alien.
And then, like, a pack of werewolves come by your neighborhood. You'd be like, oh, I'm safe. I got an alien in the backyard. I just set him free real quick on these pack of wolves.
Then he'd be fucked. One alien against a pack of wolves.
But he's all good. He's got that one laser. He's sitting there freaking John Wick style.
Well, I'm quite sure if he had a laser, he wouldn't be trapped in someone's backyard.
Oh, okay. I thought it was someone new. Or some new comment.
He's like, I'm going to stay back here in this backyard even though I have a laser to shoot my way out.
He like pulls dual-wield lasers. No. But we gotta give the Wolfman credit. He tried. Like I wouldn't rely on this Wolfman, and I wouldn't rely on like Jacob from Twilight to come save me. But yeah. So that was an interesting topic. I like that.
You tried your damnedest to make sure the Wolfman got one. What about this scenario, Bobby?
Literally, I am a newcomer. Nice. Well, nice to meet you, Mr. Vincent. I hope you enjoy the little video, the horror vlog. And give us your input as well. Like, let us know vampires, where'd that come from? Aliens versus werewolves. Which one would win? And would you come into a haunted house on a hilltop? But if you have a werewolf beside you, like leaning on a leash, you're like, if there's aliens on that hilltop, I might be safe.
Would you go into a haunted house with a werewolf? The aliens control the house, though. Which would win?
I know. Thank you, werewolves, and yes.
See,
that's still good.
That's,
that's one for werewolf.
No, two, because you want werewolves.
I am going for werewolves. I swear to God, they have a fight in them. They have a powerful force that is unstoppable. Unless you shoot them in the pinky toe with a silver bullet, and they're like, "Fuck! Why did you do that for?" And just die. But then, how do you kill an alien?
Depends. You can do it like signs and throw water on them. Pee on them.
Quick, werewolf! Done. One and done.
Or it could be the ones that's from Independence Day that's wearing battle suits. And
oh, yeah. Just come out of the house on the hill with battle suits, and you're like, me and Wolfman's gone. We're out. I would make it a vacation home. And Stephen King's silver bullet, little weenie Gary Busey. Come on, Gary. We need your help. He comes in. Now we know what to do. We know what to do with these wolves. I need to get the kid in the wheelchair. But I got another question. My next question is, this is a pretty serious question. Will you guys marry me? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, El Manuel, I see how y'all are starting this when I'm still at work, so I can't watch it. I'm on break now. Well, technically, you're watching it, aren't you? We need a gingerbread man. The ginger dead man comes in. But my next serious question is, we all love movies like, you know, I was going to say Transformers, out of nowhere. Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They're a classic. But, do you guys really think that they should make movies out of real life serial killers? Michael Bay! But think about it, like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre was based on an actual real person that had killed those people and did that stuff. Then I've watched a movie about Albert Fish, which is like the first vampire person, I think, that they claimed, because he killed little children and drank their blood and ate their bodies. And he also abused himself. He would whip himself with those 9-tail things, and then he would shove a pen needle, about like that big, into his crotch. Every time he did it, because he felt, you know, bad for his sins. But they made a movie of him. They're getting ready to come out with a movie about Jeffrey Dahmer called My Friend Dahmer.
My Friend Dahmer.
I kid you not. They're coming out with a movie called My Friend Dahmer. Nine-tailed fox. Not really. Sucky internet back here. I figured. Do you guys think that they really should make movies and kind of, I wouldn't say heroize these people, but kind of put them in a spotlight, make them famous? Because that would, like, if there's someone out there who's, you know, has a bad life, pretty messed up, and they look up to these movies, Friends Forever, right? I don't know where that came from. Let's see what we all got. Sorry, I gotta get close and personal. His phone's updating, so I can't answer your questions right off the bat with him or anything.
50 minutes and my phone's even done.
But, like, let's say I have a bad life, and, you know, I'm all messed up in my head, and I'm thinking, you know, I'm not good for anything.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, you see all these things in the news and all the things in movies and books based on these people that actually really killed all these people. And I would watch these and I'd be like, well, you know what? I could do the same. I can come up with a messed up way of doing something. Like Ted Bundy. He basically invented BDSM. I could be wrong, you know, but I would personally say he did. Because that's the kind of style he was into. He was, you know, abusive to women. But at the same time, he was so charming that he could easily lure any woman to him. Like, whenever he wanted. But, I mean, I could easily do the same, but, you know. But, I'm just trying to say, like, do you think that they should be, you know, televised for what they have done? We already have a Dahmer movie. Yeah, I know. And then they're coming out with a new one called My Friend Dahmer. Basically, it's about him in his school teenage years and how he kind of got started into killing people. But, like, if I'm all messed up and I watch these movies and I'm like, hey, I can do something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I have nothing else to live for. I could go down in the blaze of glory and they'll make many movies out of me. What's to stop me from doing that? Right here. Live on
YouTube.
On YouTube. Ever heard of the real life vampire who kept the woman in his basement and drank her blood? Yes, I have. They also made a movie out of that too, I do believe. But that's what I'm saying. They Hollywoodize these sickos. Like, I even watched a big documentary on the man they call the Iceman, which was like the world's most evilest hitman. He killed so many people, and it never fazed him. Like, he was describing to us in the interviews how he killed people. Hey, Mr. Games, Mr. Graham, how you going? How you going?
I'm going.
How you doing?
I'm going.
How you doing? But yeah, I don't forget what I was saying.
About the Iceman hitman.
Oh yeah, he would describe him killing the people, and he would just kind of laugh about it, and like, oh yeah, I remember this one time I clapped this guy on the shoulder at a dance club, and I had a tack taped to my hand, and it was laced with a certain type of poison. Graham, where was my good morning on Twitter? It was laced with poison. He's like, yeah, I tapped him on the shoulder and walked away, and I kept following him until I noticed him, you know, fall over. And he's like, this man is sick. I'll take him back home. And then, of course, he died, and he hid the body in a dumpster. But, I mean, he was so calm, you know, about it. And it's just, they Hollywoodized it. Made a couple movies about him based on, one of the movies just called The Iceman and stuff like that. But do you really think that they should do that?
Nope.
But at the same time, Texas Chainsaw Massacre was a very good movie.
Still no. At least not say it's true.
I kind of agree. I mean, yes, this stuff is real. You know, this is real life. I don't get the notification. Oh, there must be talking. But yeah, this stuff is real life. This stuff happens every single day. But, I personally feel like if we did have some really messed up things happen, that they've kind of overshadowed. Like, we all know Jeffrey Dahmer. We all know John Wayne Gacy. We all know those. But can you name, like, two of them in today's time? The past recent, like, 2 years.
Nope.
And I think that's the media trying to kind of under-push it. Because I'd say stuff like that has kind of happened for mass murders, but it kind of gets pushed under a lot more. I post a good morning on everyone. Nope. I'll have to read what you guys are saying. I say good morning to everyone. New South Park tonight, that's right. I need to watch that. You have literally killed to be famous these days. Yeah, pretty much.
Or have a fat ass.
Or have a fat ass. Spank! Where'd that come from?
The Kardashian.
Oh.
Because it said something
I was like,
one of the shows.
you either have to kill people or have a fat ass to be famous nowadays.
I think it was when I was rewatching Arrow, they were saying
So you're saying if I flashed my ass on the camera right now, I can boost up my subscribers? I'll look on my camera and it went, whoa, it went from 261 to 3,000.
I don't think it's going to be going that, but I don't think you're going to have the people watching you.
Oh my god, fat guy flashed his ass. You gotta watch this. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that process. I personally don't think they should. Yes, I do love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. And there are other movies based on real people, like Scream. The Scream movies was actually based on a different story, a real life story. But the whole concept itself was different.
Yeah.
But as far as, make a movie about Jeffrey Dahmer, to make a movie specifically about Ted Bundy, I don't think they should. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that they should or not?
Like, we think nothing.
They're like, yes, show us more. Oh god, don't get me started on Scream. Scream is such a good series. I love them.
Yeah, I liked it.
Now we're going to be moving on. Moving on. To the good, the bad, and the why the fuck. First off, we're going to start with the good. Have y'all seen this movie? It's called Curve. It stars Julian Hugh, and it also has the guy that played Zoom in the Arrow show. It's called Curve. This movie is by far one of the best movies of the whole last year, I believe. I believe it came out in 2016. Actually, it says 2014. Mm-hmm. I saw it last year on Netflix, so it's a 2014 movie. Never seen it. You need to go watch it. It is very good. What it's about is this girl, she's going to meet her sister. Her sister's getting ready to get married. Mm-hmm. And she's traveling a long way to get to her sister so they can be a part of the wedding. Well, on the way, her truck breaks down. And this guy just so happens to be, walking down the block. And he's like, hey, you need some help? And she's all like, yeah. And at first, he's all, charming, trying to help her out, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And she's like, hey, by the way, do you need a ride? I noticed you're walking. And he's like, well, if you could give me a ride down the road, I'd greatly appreciate it. And she already, thinks he's hot or whatever. And she's like, okay, fine, I'll drive him. Yeah. But it turns out he is such a messed up individual. He starts asking her stuff like, have you ever been fingered in the pussy? And she's like, well, what? And, all of a sudden, he starts changing into this whole mental person. And she tries to get away. She tries to get away from him, and she wrecks the truck. And in a curve. And you could say the movie took a curve twist. She's trapped in the truck, and he's there, and he's like, I'm going to leave you here to think about what you've done. And she's stuck in the truck. I mean, it's such an amazing movie. I'm not going to give away any more than that. But let's just say, at the very end of the movie, she says a line that I absolutely love so much.
And it was while standing in a curve.
But, yeah, let's see what this is going. This is so getting sexual. It really is. Talking about ripping the clothes off and then talking about this movie Curve. I'm telling you what, you do need to watch this movie. It is a great, great movie. What do you call a pig in the dinosaur ages? Jurassic Pork. That's a good one. I'm trying to see what that guy's name is. Teddy Sears, I think. Yeah, Teddy Sears. Sears. That's the name of the guy that played Zoom. But yeah, it's such a great movie. Excellent movie. You guys need to watch it. I'm not going to spoil nothing else because I'll let the movie speak for itself. The bad. I am giving the bad to The Seed of Chucky. I wish to God they would have never made The Seed of Chucky.
Mm-hmm.
Child's Play came out. That was the first horror movie I've ever watched when I was a kid, when I was about 2 years old. Watched that movie, scared the shit out of me, but at the same time, I loved it.
Yeah.
And I guess the reason why I loved it so much is because Andy won in the end. Yeah, it is the worst one they've made.
Mm-hmm.
Little Andy, he won at the very end, and that's why I feel that I loved it.
Yeah.
And then Child's Play 2 came out, which was excellent. And then Child's Play 3 came out, and I really loved Child's Play 3. Not as much as I did the first two, but I did love Child's Play 3. Bride of Chucky came out, and I was kind of a little skeptic about it. I wish I could be Charles Lee Ray. In the sense of putting your soul into a doll, or, killing people and being sick and twisted. We're talking about not turning people into sick killers! But, it's funny, because Ray is my middle name.
Which, then now you got the new one coming out this month, ain't it?
Yes. Actually, October.
Month.
Yep.
Next month.
But Bride of Chucky came out, and I'm like, what? Jennifer Tilly is in it? She's playing another doll form? Whoa! Sign me up!
Yeah.
And I watched the movie, and it was good, and it ended, if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry, but it ended with her giving birth to this demonic-looking doll figure.
Mm-hmm.
And here I'm thinking, oh, that doll's going to grow up to be Chucky, basically. Because every movie, Chucky comes back in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
First one, he gets all burnt up. They chisel him away at the beginning of the second movie and make him a brand new doll. Second movie, he's burnt to a crisp. They're taking that body away. His blood drips into a vat where they make a whole new doll. He gets a new body every time it goes. So I'm thinking, oh, this demonic-looking demon child is probably going to grow up to be him again.
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong. Seed of Chucky is by far one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life, and I don't even pretend that it even exists. And thank you to the Child's Play gods for making Curse of Chucky. Because Curse of Chucky, in my opinion, flushed the whole he had a son and all that stuff down the toilet and went completely with a different route. Barf only. I must have missed something. We've obviously missed something. Barf City. That one saves the series. It honestly did. With its secret plot twist at the end, and the whole fact that Brad Dourif's daughter plays in it. Oh my god. I love that movie.
I don't think I've seen the secret ending to the new Chucky one.
Oh, the latest one,
Yeah.
Curse of Chucky?
Yeah, because the ending I saw that was on Netflix.
Oh yeah, the Netflix one cut out the secret.
Secret endings was with Jennifer Tilly.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't her. I forget. He mailed like his hand or something, or I can't remember. It was weird.
I'm glad they gave more background on the overall story. Yeah, I love how they went back to the beginning of the very first movie. Kind of gives you a whole new outlook on Chucky himself, or Charles Lee Ray. The secret ending, I am going to spoil it. I hope to God you guys do not get mad. But the very, very ending, after all the credits, well, there's two of them. One, Chucky, the little girl, their daughter in the movie? Mm-hmm. Well, Chucky does the whole, "Aw, day, Dewey, give me $20, kind of, chant to her.
Yeah.
And then it kind of ends like that. So you're like,
okay.
Did he transfer his soul into her?
Mm-hmm.
But then you got to think about it. He has to transfer his soul into the first person he ever told. Andy. Because, Andy was the first, and he is still alive, so technically he still has to put his soul into him. So at the very end of the credits, Andy receives a package, and then he, lays it on his table, he goes, and the phone's ringing, picks the phone, he's like, "Hi, Mom, thank you." Apparently it's his birthday, same as the original, it started with the birthday. Or his mom's birthday, because he told her happy birthday. And Chucky's slowly popping out of the box. And when he finally gets all the way out of the box, he looks around, and Andy has a shotgun to his face. And he's like, he's like, I'm done playing games, and that's how it ended. But then, lo and behold, we have the cult of Chucky. Chucky? The cult of Chucky. So what do you think about that, sir? You think it's going to ruin the story some more, or?
I don't know. I definitely want to see it.
Apparently there's 2 Chuckies. So if they introduce his son again, I'll be pissed. And finally, for the why the hell was it even made, I have to give it to a movie called Rampage. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Should be able to. It's pretty clear. Rampage. What this movie is about. It's about this guy. He's a middle-aged man, lives with his parents. He's works as a mechanic, but he's not a very good mechanic. He's pretty poor, and he's just sick of life. And he goes to different places. Like, he goes in the morning to get some coffee. He has an argument with the owner. The woman makes his coffee wrong, and all this kind of stuff. You know, stupid daily shit that he goes through. Well, his friend says, hey, you should go paintball gun shooting with me sometime. And it kind of sparks an idea on him. So he gets himself in a full paintball ensemble. And he like withdraws all the money in his account, and he buys guns and bullets and all kinds of shit. Like even grenade launchers and stuff. The first thing he does, he goes out to this police station. Ka-thunk, 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 and blows up all their vehicles right off the bat. So they can't, like, straight away go. Then he goes to, like, a coffee place, shoots the owner that he had the argument with, shoots the waitress that messed up his coffee, and then just kind of kills almost everyone in there. Then he moves on to this beauty salon place. He gets thirsty, and this was way after that. He went around and did different things. Then he goes to a beauty salon, gets real thirsty. So he asks him for a drink of water, promises he ain't going to hurt him. They give him water. He has to take his helmet off. So he takes it off, drinks the water, puts it back on, kills every last one of the people in there just because they saw his face. So he kills every last one of them. Moves on to a bank, kills a few people in the bank, tells them to give him all the money, so they give him a big pile of money. He gets chased by the cops, kills the cops, and I mean he just goes all out, kill through the whole movie. It's just kill. And finally, it's actually a very good movie. It is actually a very good movie idea. Wait until you hear the ending. And I am going to spoil the ending because I personally thought it was a very bad movie. Like, why was it even made? The very end, he calls back his buddy. He's like, hey man, you still want to go paintball gunfighting? He's like, yeah man, I totally do. So he's like, hey, meet me in the woods down by the block, you know, and we'll get things started from there. And he's like, oh, okay. So he shows up. Has this little pistol-like gun with him. I think he's done run out of all bullets, so he's got like a pistol thing. Goes up to the guy, pops him one right in the head. Then he dresses, the guy was already dressed up in his thing, he just had to put the helmet on. So he puts the helmet on, gets the guy, makes it set up to where he killed himself, basically, where it looked like he killed himself. And then he put some of the money there, and that was basically it. And the cops... Like, he gets home, he hides the money away, and he hears on the news that the cops had discovered the body of what they believed to be the guy that killed all those people and went on a rampage. And basically, at the very end of the movie, the guy gets away scot-free with all that money just to live a good old life. Now, imagine me sitting there watching that movie the entire time. I'm like, damn, this guy is deranged. And I'm surprised that he's able to get away from the cops like that. But then when he pulls his best friend into the mix, just doesn't give a shit, pops him right in the head with the gun, and just lets him be framed, and then gets away scot-free. I'm like, Why? Yeah, like, why did I watch this movie? Let's see what we got. Paintball, gun, shooting, LMAO. Yeah, I can't talk right. Oh my god, so liked my book. It is actually a good idea. Happy ending. For him, not for me. For me, I'm like, wait a minute, something's going to go down. Hello, Mr. Matt. For me, I'm thinking something's going to go down. Like, he messed up somewhere. Yeah, I was like waiting on that badass moment where he's like, oh shit, I fucked up, and then the cops come to his door and take him. Mm-hmm. But nope, gets away scot-free and everything's peachy keen.
Oh, hooky-dory.
Yeah. Like I said, everyone has different opinions. Just because I said, why the hell is this movie even made, doesn't mean that, you don't have to like it. If you personally watched that movie and you thought, hey, that was the best movie in the world, then by all means, it's the best movie in the world. It's just, for me, this is my opinion. Yeah. And that's why I do horror vlog, to get everyone's opinion. Everyone in the universe's opinion. Everyone, except for you, Steve. I don't care about you, Steve. But yeah, that was my movie / good / bad / just why. Let me know what you guys think on all them topics. If you've seen Curve, great. If you have not seen Curve, once again, watch it. Watch it. Any last thing that you would want to add to the segment, Mr. Sir? You were talking about some kind of video game.
Oh, it'd be what would be the favorite horror video game, I guess.
Okay, which one? They already know because I did my horror vlog too of my favorites. What is your favorite horror video game?
One that'll never be made.
Which one's that? Oh, PT? I fully agree. If you guys have not heard of this game, it's called PT. It's a demo. It's the real name of the game is Silent Hills, written by Hideo Kojima, and it's starring Norman Reedus and what's that writer? Shit, I used to know his name.
I don't know, but
damn, he did Mama. Shit, I done forgot his name. Jesus Christ. Anyway, that game, they made a demo, and it was simply called PT. It sucks because Daryl would have been great. Oh, it would have been a great game. That would have been probably the best horror game to ever exist.
Other games are starting to revolve around it now.
Oh, yeah.
You can see Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, Resident Evil 7 pretty much picked up where that left off. But when that demo first came out, we had no idea what it was. Babadook Saints. Boondock Saints. Yeah. When it first came out, we were like, what's this? They just said it was a horror game demo.
It was called PT for Practical Teaser, I think is what it was.
And we clicked on it and we played it several times. And I tell you, I've never been so terrified playing a video game in my entire life as I have that one. That game literally scared the holy hell out of me. You can actually go on YouTube and watch people play it. I've watched PewDiePie play it. I've watched Jacksepticeye play it. And just to see their reactions. And a lot of them were terrified. Like, drop dead terrified. Because this game really is that scary. Yeah. But, sadly, Hideo Kojima got into a big fight with the company, the executive of Konami. And they were like, you know what? Fuck you, Hideo Kojima. Go to hell. You're fired. Get out of here. So they shut the whole Silent Hills project down. And, Puke Pie. They shut the whole project down, and, they now erased the demo. You can never get the PT demo ever. And me being the idiot that I am, when I first downloaded it and figured out that it was, Silent Hills, a new Silent Hill game, I was like, so I immediately deleted the demo, and I'm like, I'm getting that game the day it comes out. Midnight release if I have to. But then I was informed that it got canceled, and now my friend here is the only one that has that game still, the demo, PT, on his system.
Yeah, I tried to warn somebody 2 days before they were taking it off the store to get it, but they didn't listen.
Yep. So now I can't play that game ever again, but he can.
Unless he plays it on my PS4.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I highly advise you to look it up. Just called PT, or you could type in Silent Hills. And it's just... words cannot describe it. It cannot. It was a very good game. But now Hideo Kojima owns his own company. I can't think of the name of that company right now.
Alien something.
Yeah, some kind of alien thing. But Sony, the people from PlayStation, is the ones that said, hey, we know you just got fired. And no, we don't want you to work under a different company. We want you to start your own company. So they funded and fully funded Hideo Kojima for his own company. So now he can never get fired again, technically. Because he can make games for Microsoft. He can make games for Nintendo. I mean, he's his own company.
Yeah.
So Sony can't say, hey, by the way, you're fired. They just funded him to make his own company, which is excellent. Hideo Kojima, everyone knows him as Metal Gear Solid games.
Yeah.
Just he's an incredible, incredible person.
Which, now that... I completely forgot what I was going to say now.
You're probably thinking of the game that he's coming out with now.
Oh, yeah, the one, since that got canceled, he has redone it all, still with Norman Reedus and everything, but it's going to be called, Death Stranding?
Death Stranding. I'll be right back, because the name of that guy is killing me.
Which, I think...
Guerrilla del Toro.
Oh, yeah.
Guerrilla del Toro is writing the game. He's writing the game itself, like the story, and Hideo Kojima is working on the story. And even Guerrilla del Toro plays a character in the game, too. But Norman Reedus is the main character. Yeah. And I can't really tell you what that game's going to be about, because honest to God, I have no clue.
Nobody really knows, because he had to go back and redo it all from scratch, because he doesn't have the rights.
And they have 2 different trailers out. So go look up the trailers for Death Stranding. Anyway, guys, I'm going to conclude this little vlog. I hope you guys had fun. You know what time it is. I need to read your comments. That's what time it is.
I'll get the plastic off of it.
Well, my mind has been opened. PewDiePie, he owns a bunch of slot machines and game crap, but he made a game like Castlevania. I think it was like funded by the community. Oh yeah, that's right, he did. Danny Trejo. Danny Trejo's in the game. That'd be funny. Yep, a secret. But yes, it is time to open up another mystery box. What will I get? Will it be another werewolf?
Probably.
Will it be another ghost? See that ghost booty? I can't wait. Ooh. Feels different. I don't feel the outstretch of the arms like the wolf. And I don't feel a ghost either. So it's gotta be something different. Alright guys, let's see what we got here. Ooh, we got Elvira. Yeah, Elvira, Mystery of the Dark. I told her fuck that. I don't fuck that one up. I don't care, Mistress of the Dark. I don't care. Just look at the boobies. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I miss watching the Elvira movies. Those were pretty funny. Have you ever watched any of them?
Don't think so.
She's like, she does comical kind of horror
well, I know
movies.
who did.
And she's mostly known for huge breasts. Yeah. So, and it's kind of funny. She did a vampire movie. I can't remember the name of that one. But it was a vampire one, kind of like your typical Dracula one. And the guy in the car, she's like going to fall, and he's like, I got you, and grabs her butt and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's just really funny. She used to play in a lot of movies back in the day, but I didn't really see her much of anything anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. Something different. I have seen a Elvira wedding. Oh. Yeah, check it out, guys. That's pretty cool. It was odd. I'm sure it was. She's an odd character to begin with. I'll set that over here. thank you guys so much for joining in. If you have not watched the episode all the way, please let us know in the comment section below anything that we have talked about. We've talked about haunted houses, whether we would go in them or not. We've talked about aliens versus werewolves. We've talked about Curve being a great movie. Rampage being a what the hell movie.
And Seed of Chucky
being the worst movie. But thank you guys so much for joining in. It's been great talking to you guys, getting to meet new people. Thank you guys for joining the group as well. I am LD God 123. I am Z3KO Trinity. This is my friend LD God 123. And I guess see you in the next video. Deuce keys.